Well, hello, and welcome to Your Average Bear Gaming. I'm George. I just got back from a business trip, and about the second day of that trip, I got an email alert that says, hey, I've got a package. Who is that package from? Because this is a channel about Warhammer 40k, there's probably only one good reason for me to show you the mail that I got that was sitting there for a couple of days just waiting for me patiently to get back. Here it is, and because of the title of the video, you know what's in here, but let's pretend to be surprised anyway. Look at that. And finally, look at that. Let's do some unboxing, shall we? Here is Operative Umbral-Six from the Officio Assassinatorium of the Mighty Imperium. This was the premium, the free gift for signing up to Warhammer Plus for a full year uninterrupted. I did the pay in advance for the full year so that I was sure to get my free plastic toy. Admittedly, a very cool looking plastic toy. Okay, before I open it up, I just want to say this is kind of the size of one of your standard characters, the box that this model comes in. I remember getting a Terminator Chaplain in a box very similar to this, in about this size, which means that I expected this to be bigger somehow. I'm not really complaining, but the press shots that were kind of distributed when the service was being offered initially, for some reason it looked bigger in my mind than what I think is going to be in here. It wasn't that it was deceptive, it just lacked context, and now that I have more context, it looks smaller than I thought, but let's give it a look. So taking off the wrapper, and now we can experience the box art a little bit more cleanly, without the glare of the shiny plastic. I mean, it looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I bought it. But it's just kind of cool to have it in my hands. Let's open it up and see what is inside. Okay, it's just one sprue. The instruction manual. And one base. It looks like it's a 32mm base. I could be mistaken. Let's check. Yeah, it's a 32mm base. The instructions make it that clear. And so as I'm reading through these, well, not reading through them, as I'm kind of flipping through the instructions, it's become clear that the model can only be deployed on that big statue thing. I had heard someone speculating about the idea that you're going to be able to put your model on the plinth or whatever, or take it off. And as a matter of fact, if we look at the sprue, the assassin model is directly on this thing. It's one piece. There's no such thing as taking it off. I suppose you could shave off the feet and magnetize it, but it's a little iffy. It's a little iffy. Well, you could pull it off. There's a lot of risk of damaging the foot. So I don't know if I'd recommend that. It seems a little delicate. At any rate, let's take a look at this sprue a little bit more closely. Let's look at the parts. So it looks like we have a couple of things to look at, and there's actually a lot fewer pieces than I anticipated. It's very clearly a diorama piece and not an actual model for playing, which is fine. The assassin has its own model still. This is just kind of an art display piece, so that's kind of neat. So like I've said before, here is the body of the assassin. It's on this not plinth, it's like a scaffolding kind of thing. It has like a metallic industrial look. There's that thing. Oh, that didn't really hit me what that was. This is a grappling hook. That is the metallic part of the grappling hook that is pierced through the bottom of this metal platform and has anchored itself in place there. And then you can see the rope that the assassin used to climb this deal. That's pretty neat. I did not anticipate that at all. That's really cool. So aside from that, so it looks like there's this, right, and there's a couple of pieces that attached to the sniper, the assassin. There's this guy. It's like an arm with a grip that goes on the weapon. The weapon being this guy right here. It's a nice long sniper rifle. And if I know guns, and I kind of sort of do, but not really, this looks like it is suppressed. It's got this very long suppressor on the end of the barrel. Of course, it could just be the barrel, because it's a really large caliber round. Who knows? But it looks cool. We've got this little pistol pouch here, kind of a sidearm for our sniper. We've got another arm here. We've got the optics, the scope that goes on the rifle. Got a little pouch here that looks like a blade of some sort. Not quite sure what this piece is, but it looks like it belongs to this metal part. It's part of the scaffolding or the plinth of the platform, whatever you want to call it. And then we've got the assassin's head. Looks pretty standard, much like you would expect the assassin to have. And then finally you have the statue that the assassin is hiding in. It's in three parts, basically. We have this part right here. It looks like it's some kind of sister of battle or like a canoness or something like that. It has a female-looking face, and she's wearing some kind of armor, I think, and this halo thing, which continues here. It's another separate piece. It reminds me of Sister of Battle. I'm not entirely certain, but that's what it reminds me of, so it could very well be that. And here is the second half of that bust, that statue that the assassin is hiding in. And that is it. That is all the model. There's not a ton here by way of detail, and part of it I think is by design. The statue itself, it's large. It's supposed to be like this big sculpture or something, and so it's not supposed to have a lot of detail, right? It's supposed to be kind of smooth, like it's this, marble statue or maybe a bronze statue. So that's appropriately detailed. I think that makes sense given the scale that this is supposed to represent. Although where the details are appropriate, and it's nice. You'll see on the halo there's these little riveting kind of deal there. That looks cool. Same could be said for the platform that the assassin is standing on. Certainly this grappling hook and rappelling rope is an excellent little detail. So kudos. The model itself doesn't have a lot of details. I mean, it's basically a standard human wearing a skin suit. So there's going to be some musculature, but it's not really hardly defined. It's kind of a soft thing. It's pretty subtle. I mean, except for the abs. Those are some rockin' abs. I would kill for abs like that. The gun has, it's not overly detailed. It's not ornate, like you would expect from, let's say, a space marine. This is essentially a spy. And so they're not going for distinctive. They're going for blending in, hiding, that sort of thing. But the only place that you'll find the kind of details that Games Workshop loves to spoil us with are for these little weapon packs. This knife, it has a hilt, it's got some accoutrements that go on there, and so there's some detail there. But generally speaking, there's not a lot of detail to this model, and I don't know that that is a bad thing. I think it's consistent with the theme, really appropriate. I am a little disappointed right? That you can't easily remove the Imperial Assassin. That would have been a really nice touch, so you can take him off his statue and put him in your game. If you're really adventurous, obviously you can magnetize this. The magnetization itself wouldn't be particularly hard. It's just cutting the model free from this platform that would be a very delicate thing, and I don't really recommend it. But I mean, it's a cool model. I can't complain. Is it worth the $60 I paid? I don't know. It is cool, it is unique, so that certainly adds to its value. It is large, so maybe that's worth it? I don't know. It's a tough call. I'm sure once it's painted, it looks really, really cool. But that leads me to this other idea. The painting is going to be really challenging because this is... it's supposed to be like a large metal thing, and so, or maybe even a large marble thing or a large granite thing. However you decide to texture it is up to you, and that would be great. But there's a lot of it relative to a model that doesn't have a whole lot of detail. It's supposed to be blending in and hiding. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic. Not used to painting in this larger scale, and so giving this kind of a realistic level of detail is going to be challenging, and it's going to be even more challenging to make it look good. Yeah, you can slap some bronze paint, throw some wash to make it look like patina, but you're going to end up with this big old block of rusty metal. But I will probably give this a shot in terms of painting, if for no other reason than I'm not used to painting in this scale, and I should really stretch my boundaries. That was it. I waited a full year for this model. I was pretty excited, and it is mostly good. I'm not going to go with perfect. I'm not going to go with amazing, but it's really good, certainly better than your bog standard assassin and many other special character models from Warhammer 40k. Yeah, it'll be fine. I like it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you decide that you want to check out the painting process using quick paint techniques so that you get a really decent looking model without spending a ton of time, why don't you give this channel a subscribe so that you'll know when I've painted the model and share it with you all. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful afternoon. Be nice to yourselves and each other. Peace.